Welcome back to 1001, an album odyssey, where each week 5 friends bring you 5 albums from the book, 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die. Just a quick reminder, as I do every week, I think this is really important, guys. Like, we don't choose these albums. We don't curate this list for you. They are given to us by whoever runs this random website. We get one each of the weekdays, and then we divide them up and bring them to you as we are about to do right now. This week, we've got Foo Fighters' self-titled album, PJ Harvey's Let England Shake, Disintegration by The Cure, Apocalypse 91, The Enemy Strikes Back by Public Enemy, and Van Halen's 1984. Let's get into it. Jake, take it away.
Let's do it. Foo Fighters, as you said, Mike, debut album, self-titled album from 1995. That's how old this thing is. Foo Fighters have been around for 30 years. We just went to that concert and we heard him say that several times.
He's 57.
57.
Dude is 57 and still just
running around like a 6-year-old.
Yep. Boy, he sure does, doesn't he? What a showman. And this album may not be, like, right from the jump, this album may not be, in my opinion, this is definitely not the Foo Fighters' best work. Primarily because it's not really the Foo Fighters. But with that, let's jump straight into the first track right from the jump, I'll Stick Around. Yeah, we've all heard that jam. Definitely a signature Foo Fighters jam. Several of these songs that we're going to listen to today are. This was I'll Stick Around was punk inspired with this tight rhythm section, and of course that signature growl vocal delivery. The modern Foo Fighters now sell out stadiums. This album sounds like a punk demo that somehow was able to change rock history, and they did. I mean, obviously this is one of the what I think are the last Mohicans of rock and roll. I mean, they were again selling out stadiums, doing it the right way, laying down some really hard tracks. This album, of course, was this post Nirvana project from Dave Grohl. After Cobain's death, and he talks a lot about this in his book. And Ryan, stop me where I know you've heard the book, or shoot, anyone else who's read the book. But I definitely remember this very vividly from his autobiography, where he's talking about this time in his life, in the band's life, after Kurt Cobain took his own life, of course.
Courtney killed him.
Or not. But it started right as this therapeutic solo project where he was grieving. Of course, he was, the whole band was in pain. The whole freaking country was in pain, it seemed like at the time. But this was his way of working through his emotion and really letting the music come through and having this therapy through music. And I just think that's so beautiful that he knew that he couldn't turn away from who he was or what he wanted to do. He is a musician through and through. And that's clear here. So, the album, of course, released under the Foo Fighters name to give the band its own identity and not just a solo album. Let's jump into another track. This is a call. this is how the album opens with that jam we just heard. This is a call, and it's so fitting for this album that as a kickoff. It has that anthemic opener, the raw energy. It just really also has this, I don't know, this relatable pop sensibility, right? You can sing along to it. Everyone can hum it. It's not overly complicated, which I think is part of its charm.
Part of your charm too, Jake.
Well, I'm glad I have some charm then. That's good. This I alluded to it earlier, but this really isn't the Foo Fighters. This is Dave Grohl, and he's played every instrument aside from one song, and that song we're going to hear here in just a second. But there's one track that he brought in a guest guitar player for, but this is essentially Dave Grohl in a room with a 4-track recorder processing his grief and his anger and sticking to the silver lining of hope, and somehow accidentally launching a band that would become one of rock's most enduring acts, I think. A little bit of the background, the recording details. So this was, again, he just managed to lay down every track himself in his Robert Lang Studios in Seattle. Sorry, that's not his, but that's where he recorded it. And some parts were done at WGNS Studios in Virginia. This was, of course, done after Cobain's death in late '94 over a few weeks. He wrote all the songs down, and apparently a lot of these songs he already had in the can, or not in the can, but in his head. He had a lot of chords ready to go. He had lyrics ready to go. And I remember reading this from his book that he had he wanted to pitch some of these songs to Cobain, and I think he did, and I can't remember which one now, but there was one that he did pitch, and it was either I'll Stick Around or This Is a Call. It was one of those two popular songs, but Cobain didn't like it. He said, nah, it's not for Nirvana. So yeah, whatever. What did he know? Okay. I was thinking that someone would have something to say there. All right. Let's jump into that track I was alluding to with that guest guitarist. It's called Ecstatic. Ecstatic. It's kind of a short song. It's just, I think, 4 minutes, but it's definitely got some pieces in there that are intense, and it definitely sounds like, when you go back and kind of re-listen to the music or read the lyrics, it feels like it's more of an emotional release for Dave. Like you can just kind of, especially knowing the time and knowing what was going on, it just feels like a good release for him. And, in case you haven't been able to tell, if you've been living under a rock for the last 30 years, the Foo Fighters are always raw, definitely guitar-driven rock with a lot of punk and grunge roots. Do you guys, Mike, Ryan, do you remember the name of the band that opened for them when we walked on, those 10-year-old kids?
They didn't do a good job saying their name, and I don't know if I caught it.
They put it up in the background though. And I can't.
X something.
Yeah,
it
was X something.
Could you?
Gosh darn! I know. I wish I would have
Google it.
But they were all like 16, and they were killing it. They were so full of energy. It was cool.
It really. Yeah. And I don't think I would have paid too much attention until Ryan, you called it out. But my point here is that that's what they do, right? That is their roots, and I was grateful to kind of see a band like that reflective of
XCOM, something like that.
I think that is it.
Yeah, you're right.
I wasn't even there.
Nash, can you pull up a random clip from XCOM?
How did I know that?
He just knows everything.
It's crazy how that works.
Super smart guy.
XCOM. Yeah. Fake ID. Here we go.
Oh, you got it. I was just joking.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cool.
Yep.
That was the opening
Super
act?
cool.
They have 66,600 monthly listeners. That's fortunate.
Wow. Dang. Yeah, it is for being so young. I
also Jake
66,000
600.
6.
The Mark of the Beast.
No, it's not. That's only Mark of the Beast is 3 6s.
There's 3 6s in there, bro. It's kind of hidden. It's like when a person flips you off with 3 fingers.
6 6s.
What was that noise?
Let's continue on. Thank you. We got the tone and time to move on. The next song is definitely not one of my favorites, but everyone's heard it, and I want to talk about I want to talk about the video real quick too. So if we can hear Big Me,
I'll go ahead and play the video.
There we go.
Well, I talked about it, carried on, reasons only knew, but it's you.
It's actually one of my favorite songs on the album.
It's pretty cool. It's not one of mine. It's too tongue-in-cheek for me. It's just that's not. I like their hard rock style.
Happy.
It just
He likes it hard.
I like it hard. I like the hard rock and roll. That one's not hard rock and roll, but of course again, you had to have been living under a rock to not see that video that has the Mentos spoof, and they're all kind of running around in their 1970s clothes and doing the thing. I thought it was pretty cool.
You think that's a ode to the Who with their the Haynes or the branded
is going somewhere.
The branded
Heinz Baked Beans?
album.
The Who Sell Out?
Yeah, Who Sell Out. Yeah.
I'm going to stick with I don't know.
Good
but
choice.
I can
Solid
say,
answer.
although that's not my favorite jam, I think it's important to highlight the versatility, and there is some versatility on this album. When you're ready, Nash, let's pull one more sample. We're almost done here.
You got 2.
We do. We have 2 more. We're almost done, is what I was saying. For all the cows.
It's for all the cows. He was playing all those parts?
Yeah, he was.
Wow.
Yeah, he was.
At
Pretty
the
cool.
Same time.
Yeah, all at the same time.
Like the guy
and on
with the
rollerblades.
drums. Yeah.
Just cruising down Venice. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like that sample for the changes. Like I love how the he's able to, and the band still does this, that those entry and re-entry points of verses and chorus and just the raw power that the Foo Fighters have really, it's just become a signature part of their sound. And finally, our last sample from the Foo Fighters, sorry, Nash, Alone and Easy Target.
Seattle sound.
Yeah, it is. It's fierce. It's aggressive. It has that grunge sound from the past that he's so used to. And it's realizing he can be vulnerable as long as it's loud, right? I don't think this is one of the Foo Fighters' best albums. And so for that, I guess I can see why it would be on a list like this. It's definitely groundbreaking, I think, at the time for what was going on with Nirvana and with the band and what was going to happen next, and this iteration of the evolution here of where Nirvana was and what transpired since Cobain's death. It's just, I could see why it would be on this list, but again, definitely not one of my favorite tracks. Anyway,
you get
ready for a fun fact? One fun fact, or how about we just say fact? This is a call. Yeah, thank you. This is
the safe word. Fact.
So far, the only fun fact has been Chuck's last week.
The grease?
The big comment. Oh man, so funny. God, man, I was cracking myself up. Yeah, This Is a Call was the first song Grohl wrote for the album and written in a single afternoon. So I guess it wasn't that fun after all.
Good thing you went with fact on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, wow.
Yes,
there's a lot of lead up into that. Very.
But you should know by now. I'm all fluff and very little substance. Well, I'll tell you, that is my breakdown of the Foo Fighters' first self-titled debut album from 1995. I give this album a 3.2 stars. 3.2. Sticking with it. All right. Ryan, what do you think, Ryan?
I actually gave this album 4 stars, and I think it's because of the fact that very rarely does a drummer come out and just, take over after something tragic like that happens. Nothing tragic happened.
Okay, well, how often does somebody that's tragic and then someone takes over anyway?
You couldn't let him finish his sentence.
No, I couldn't. Sorry.
I know he had to throw it. Phil Collins. Yeah, well, I know
he knows
Phil Collins
a lot of
is pretty good too.
He knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but and Phil Collins is awesome.
Don Henley
is awesome, but it's not often. And I thought this was really cool.
Thank you.
I mean, go ahead. 2 number 1 hits.
All right. So
I'll keep going.
4.0 from Ryan.
I'll keep going.
That's good.
What I did want to say,
finish up, Ryan.
Motherfuckers, is
because you have a point, I'm sure.
I forgot my point. No, actually, no, I'm kidding.
Shocker.
I'm kidding. Kurt Cobain, a lot of people thought he was an asshole. Turns out, from the book, what I got, the impression I mostly got, was that Kurt Cobain was a really nice guy. Even when he was turning down the music from Grohl, it wasn't like, no, it's bad. It was more like, it doesn't fit with Nirvana.
Right.
It wasn't like this. Like he seemed like a really nice guy. And it's just kind of shitty how that all worked.
He seemed like someone that could have crazy mood swings.
Probably, yeah, but I think that was probably something that it didn't seem like that was, Dave
I'm nice every once in a while too.
Exactly.
All right, and Mike.
Yes, I loved the first 3 tracks. Epic. I appreciated your review because it gave me more appreciation for it. I don't think I was aware that he did most of the writing by himself. I gave it a 3.0.
All right, 3.0. And
not 2, 5, 7, 8, 9?
So I'm going to try to be fast. I have a little bit.
You take as much time as you need, Chuck.
2 months ago.
I was late to the whole Nirvana thing, but I totally was. Like, I don't think I really got into him until after Kurt Cobain died. But then I realized what an idiot I was. I think I might have even had arguments with Jordan. Like, they're not that great.
I can relate to that, actually.
But then, I really got into Nirvana, and one of my favorite songs was Marigold. I actually bought the Japanese import, from, what was that record store in Ukaipa?
Oh, I never
by Carl's Jr.
CD City, I think.
CD City. I ordered it from CD City. I spent way too much. And if anyone doesn't know, Marigold is David Grohl's track. He wrote it. He sung it. And at the beginning, you can hear him get up from the drums and switch places with Kurt Cobain, and Kurt Cobain plays drums.
Wow.
And I love that song. So,
that's cool.
And then I was late to the Sunny Day Real Estate. I didn't really get into that band until after I saw them live. And, Foo Fighters is essentially, or at least in the first lineup, is Nirvana and Sunny Day Real Estate. It's the surviving members, And so I was highly anticipating this album. And I think a lot of people were. And I remember, I think it was in Rhino Records, the day it came out, and they were playing it, and I had it in my hand to buy it. And I remember like in the store listening to it, and like after 4 or 5 songs, I just put it back. Because it was just such sort of a letdown for me. Like, because like I said, one of my favorite Nirvana songs was David Grohl's Marigold. So I don't know. Like this album, I've always tried to come back to it. And so I don't know. It's hard for me. Like I like some Foo Fighters songs. I think they have great hits. I even think they have better albums. They have amazing videos.
Super good live.
I don't know. Like this album is really every time I re-listen to it, and I think that's what if I probably saw him live, I'd probably like love it. But I don't know. For me, 2.8.
2.8.
All right, 2.8 for you, and that leaves Jordan.
Yeah, well, like Chuck, I was really looking forward to it because I was actually into Sunny Day Real Estate at the time, and it was like, wow, 2 members of Sunny Day Real Estate, 2 members of Nirvana, here we go. And then I had heard on the radio they before the album came out, K-Rock, they were playing "This Is a Call," and I was like, oh, that song's so cool, and I was just had super high hopes. And then when I'll Stick Around came out, I was like, oh, I don't know why, I just hated it, like. I hated it. It's like with a passion, hated it. These days when I listen to it, I'm like, it's not that bad. Why'd I hate it so much? But I don't know. That's what I felt back in the day. And I liked Big Me, but like there wasn't enough else on there to kind of, get me into it. And I just for the longest time did not like the Foo Fighters because it just was like, it's cheesy. And then I did like Everlong. That song's super cool.
Everlong is awesome.
Yeah, Everlong is such an amazing song.
It's my wedding song.
Is it?
Great video too.
No, but we have a wedding video that has the acoustic version.
Oh yeah, the acoustic's really good too. But yeah, so that song was amazing, and that kind of made me turn around a little bit a couple years later on them. But I saw them live. I don't even know when that was. It's a long time ago, like 2006 or 7. Velvet Revolver was on the same bill.
Wow.
Yeah, and Chris Cornell and all this stuff.
That's the Guns N' Roses band.
Yeah, it's like with Stone Temple Pilots singer. What's his name?
That's right.
Scott Weiland. Yeah.
Scott Weiland.
Did you have a star rating, or did I miss it already?
I'm not half as long as Chuck yet. I'm trying to catch up to him.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah, this is the good stuff.
I didn't give him the tone.
You're going to rush him?
Yeah, so I saw them. That was the proper, more or less the proper lineup for Foo Fighters at the time, and and it was good. I enjoyed the show, and it kind of made me think, I'll give them a little bit more. For me, they're more of like a singles band than an album band for me. But this album is probably actually one of my favorites, going back to it again and listening to it, because I kind of actually like this era of their music, or Dave Grohl's music. And I'm a 3.2.
Have you watched the videos that they do where they record in all the different studios?
Yes, when they went around the country. And I love that, actually. That really series is really good. I didn't actually like the songs generally.
No,
but the show itself
so cool.
was really good.
Yeah. Dave Grohl is just the man. 100%.
He's so knowledgeable.
Yep. And he's got that SSL board, knee board that he got out of Sound City and all that, and he's just keeping the dream alive for a bunch of recording artists and stuff. I think it's awesome.
Hey, Jake, how come you didn't bring up the cover?
I didn't really have a whole lot to say about that weird cover. I don't understand
it. Was controversial.
Oh, was it? Why?
Because it had a gun on it. It was a ray gun.
It's a ray gun.
It's a ray gun. What's wrong?
Yeah, but I think
because Kurt Cobain just killed himself.
Oh, that's true.
With a shotgun, not a ray gun. That was apparently.
It would have been a lot different story if he did it with a ray gun.
It goes with the name Foo Fighter, though, right?
Exactly.
Well,
and it's from Buck Rogers. The ray gun is Buck Rogers Eliminator or something. But yeah, Foo Fighters is what? It's like a UFO.
Yeah, I think
it's just kind of a made up term, but it came from what he said in the book. Is it was something that kind of came. He was worried about it almost sounding racist because it was kind of out
UFO.
It's from the fighter pilots in
Korean or World War
Allied
II.
aircraft pilots during World War II.
Yeah.
Anyway, good job, Jake. Next up, we've got PJ Harvey. Let England Shake. Oh,
here comes the party.
An English album.
I decided to steal this out of Chuck's book. Let the music talk.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, that was a great presentation, Ryan. Learned a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect. PJ, Harvey.
I'm just going to sit here in silence. So,
you know that song by the Tremolo, "Silence is Golden"?
yes.
I like that song.
I think that applies to most of us at all times. So,
We all like the Tremolos.
kiss my ass.
Philip Glass song where he just opens the.
Oh no,
Yeah,
that was
so-
John Cage.
Oh yeah, that one.
So, anyways, this is PJ Harvey's, I don't know, 7th, 8th album. Pretty late in her starting budding career. You know, Kurt Cobain actually cited her first album as one of his favorites, which is interesting. And the album was recorded in a church. It's basically her take on the war, what it does to people and what ends up happening to their head and that kind of thing, which seems to be a common theme amongst musicians. Is recorded. The church was in her hometown of Dorset, apparently, and a lot of it was pretty raw and live, which is cool. It was recorded by, it was produced by Flood. Who has done a bunch of great music like the U2, Nine Inch Nails. He's come up a lot, Smashing Pumpkins, that kind of thing. So this album just is kind of it's a weird melancholy album. The church helps that a lot. It feels like she's trying to get a message across and. It's got that kind of Cowboy Junkies sound too, the Trinity Sessions kind of thing, where it's got the real open room sound. This is relatively new, 2011. So kind of weird that it made it on this list, I suppose. Sometimes the songs to me seem like they're a bit of a bummer. This one is The Words That Maketh Murder.
Yeah.
Listen to the lyrics.
I've seen soldiers fall like lumps of meat, blown and shot out beyond belief. Arms and legs were in the trees. I've seen them done things I want to forget.
So
I sing this one every Christmas. What are you talking about?
Right. It warms the hearts and cockles and minds of people around the world.
What if I take my road to United Nations?
Does anyone know where that line comes from?
What if I take my road to United Nations?
Some of it is like the music is really well done, I think.
Do you know where that line comes from, though?
Summertime Blues.
Summertime Blues. Yep. Eddie Cochran originally. Anyway, moving on.
Cool.
You were talking about music?
I'll just go take a piss real quick, and I'll be back in a second.
It's
No.
the Summertime Blues.
I really like the piano in that. I really like the sound of that song. It's very, very, very nice music in general, and it's just a bummer topic. I think that's kind of the point. The more I listened to it, the more I actually really started to like this album quite a bit. Even with that being said, I've listened to it probably the same kind of thing, like 4 or 5 times, trying to find bits and pieces that I really like because I didn't like it initially. And it definitely grew on me for what it's worth. And it's something like that just kind of, it's got a very interesting juxtaposition. Anyways, she said she's been writing the lyrics for a long time. It took a couple years. She was trying to change her whole sound. I started listening to a lot of other music that I haven't really spent a lot of time with PJ Harvey, and she's got a totally different feel in a lot of her other music. So this is definitely a departure from that. She said she was taking poetry from Harold Pinter and T.S. Eliot as influences. She was looking at a lot of Salvador Dali and Francisco de Goya. Yes. And the music of the Doors, the Pogues, and the Velvet Underground, which makes sense. And then like Kubrick and some of those type of film influences, which is, that all kind of plays when I read that. So anyways, I'm not familiar with what's his face, the Goya, but definitely Dali.
Well, Goya had a lot of kind of he had like the etching like Jupiter devouring his children, and it was very, like, gory.
Great portrait of the Spanish royalty too.
Oh yeah, they all look very very inbred.
Oh, was that was that in the Louvre?
Yeah,
they probably had something.
At one point it was. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure there's something in the Louvre. Yeah, because he's very very famous.
And they're the etchings. They're the wood, like the tri-panel type. No, that's different.
That's a triptych, but yeah, the etchings it's basically like an engraving or something, or an etching is where you chemically. Anyway, it's just ink on a plate printed on the paper.
Like
you'd
pressed.
recognize the Saturn devouring his son, probably.
Okay, I will look that up. But in my time, I'm going to give this album a 3. What do you say, Jake?
Yeah, I agree with you that it was a little bit dark, for sure, a little bit slow. I can appreciate it for what it was. I give this album 2.5 stars.
Pretty good for you.
Okay, what about you, Mike?
Thank you for noticing.
It was my first experience with PJ Harvey outside of seeing, the goth kids with their PJ Harvey shirts in high school. And I was like, what's that? But I didn't listen to it because it wasn't as easy to access back then. I didn't go to CD City and grab PJ Harvey album. But I gave it I liked it and I wanted to come back to it. I just didn't. So I'm interested to hear more. I like the clips you took. 3.4.
I would recommend, too, by the way, listening to some of the other tracks, because I was really blown away. Like, she's hard, like good rock and roll music. Totally kind of different than this. So it's cool. I'd check it out, if you dare. I don't know. What do you say? What do you say, Jordan?
I gave this one 3.8. I actually bought this one on vinyl a couple years ago. And the ones that I really liked of her old albums was To Bring You My Love and Stories from the City, Stories from the Sea.
Right.
I used to play that one like a bit, and I think Chuck did too, because there's a song with Tom York on that one. I'm sure he played that for you, Ryan. Yeah.
Right, that's her most popular song.
And that was, she opened for U2 for that album. You probably saw her live, Ryan.
Because when we saw U2, we saw Rage.
I know when she opened in Lake Arrowhead for U2. I don't know if you went to that show.
No, I didn't go to that one. No.
Lake Arrowhead?
I think that's, I don't know. My sister went to the concert, and maybe I'm wrong, but there was, she opened for U2 for several of their shows, at least in Southern California.
She's playing on a boat? I didn't
I'm probably way off in saying Lake Arrowhead. Sorry,
it's something along those
at
lines.
some point it was in the mountains,
Like Lakewood, Florida, or something like that.
No, it was in Southern California.
We'll look it up. But anyhow, but this album, the music is really good, but it can be too much of a bummer for me to listen to, too much of a downer at times. So it is with the subject matter and everything, and that does weigh it down for me a little bit. That's why it's a 3.8 and not higher, because musically it's between 4.5-ish to 4.8, somewhere in there.
Wow.
Musically for me, but just it's hard to listen to.
Right. Well, and there's a lot of like the one thing that really bugged me.
I know
was
that's the point, but yeah,
the horn that is completely when it's doing the call for waking up, and it's just completely wrong in the song. And I know it's supposed to be that way, but it still just bugs me,
Well, yeah, the things like that are the reason why the music wasn't like perfect for me, because it's just like a few things are just kind of off. But yeah, it's a very, very interesting album. Definitely worth listening to.
Agreed. And Chuck, what do you think?
I love the album. I liked it a lot, and it was the first time I had heard it. I liked, PJ Harvey's early stuff, like Rid of Me and Dry. And most of that early stuff is produced by her husband at the time, Mick Harvey, who was in, right? He was in, before that, he was in The Birthday Party. And like, he has a knack, I think, at like making sort of raw, punk music poppy, or like give it a pop polish sort of. And I don't know, to me, this album, and he's one of the producers on it, like I think it's like sort of the best that I've heard that sound with PJ Harvey. Like the one album we were talking about, Stories from the City, Stories from the Sea, it's just completely pop. It's like, it has, I don't know how many singles that were played on, pop rate, but this album sort of goes back to that older, aesthetic, but then I don't know. I really think it's polished. I like it a lot. I give it a 4.
Cool.
Beautiful.
I think it's all of them.
Good work, Ryan. Appreciate that. Next up is me, and I'm going to have Nash cue up that first song just like we're listening to the album. We're going to get into it. I'm going to talk over this first track here. This first track is called, I forgot.
All right.
Well,
yeah. Oh, here
it takes a while.
No, yeah, I know. It's a slow build. But as this is coming in, The Cure, Disintegration, coming out of 1989. Sorry, I'm a little off. There we go. Boom. And so these guys were schoolmates or school friends, as we would say, this side of the pond, out in West Sussex. And they had some pretty early success, but they ended up being ditched by their label because they weren't poppy enough, funny enough. And fast forward to now the mid-'80s, they had some pretty big success. Anybody know their early, hits before this album?
Yeah.
Go ahead, say it, jump in.
Well, I know that Killing an Arab was one of the
I know
earliest
Killing an
ones.
Arab. I was trying to make somebody else say it. That's the controversy.
Oh, did you wanted to? Yeah, it's a bit controversial. It's
the
based
Love
on the
Cats,
Camus.
Let's Go to Bed.
Jump at someone else's train.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but now, Robert Smith's getting a little depressed because, it's hard to believe Robert Smith's a little depressed, but
I think it's a side stick. I think he's the happiest guy on the planet.
He was about to turn 30, and he strongly believed that there was no good music made by anybody older than the age of 30. And so he got really deep into drug use. Can anybody guess what drug he was abusing?
Tweet.
Aspirin.
Obviously.
Somebody said heroin, meth. That's what tweak is.
Advil.
No, funny enough, as you would think it would be heroin, because that was kind of goes with the genre, this gothy, dark genre that they really helped to create.
Coffee?
No, it was actually LSD. He was like a really heavy LSD
You can get
user.
addicted to LSD?
Not normally. Yeah, that's not usually the drug of choice for like escapism, but he did a lot of his writing on acid, and so he just kind of fell into that regularly. But he started writing this stuff, and when they went into record, he went into kind of this monk mode where he was not talking to any of his bandmates. In fact, there was a lot of friction early on between him and the bass player. And you'll kind of see why, because the bass player normally doesn't have a big part, but this guy takes the lead, at least for this album. I didn't go deep into the catalog to see if that's like a common thing with The Cure, but he's often the lead, which is pretty rare in the bass world. But yeah, he wasn't communicating with anybody during the recording process. He would leave them notes, but he wasn't talking to them. And then you had this other alcoholic dude that was just like, he got credit on the album, but he was just mostly drunk watching MTV. during this whole recording process. And then towards the end, a fire broke out in the studio, and Smith ran back in. That's probably why his hair looks like that, and grabbed as much as he could, mostly his lyrics. But that actually inspired this next song, which kind of, he's sifting through these chart remains, and he finds this box of pictures that were all melted together. Yes, perfect, Nash. So we're gonna let this go because I never listened to it this closely. Keep it going, Nash, and like listen to how this builds. That first instrument is actually the bass, or you can hear it in the background. So you got the guitar and the bass, but it's really cool, and then it just builds from there. So just let's listen to it a little bit. Try to pick out the single instruments.
So
The bass is like way high up on the neck right there.
Yeah, so it's two basses, right?
Yeah. No. Well, yeah. So I'll talk about that in a second, because Robert Smith plays bass.
Okay.
So then the other guitar comes in right there, which is really cool. I don't know. Listen to this part over and over again. It's really cool, but keep it going a little bit until it gets until you hear the first chimes here. Don't worry, we won't get copyrighted. Don't worry. It's fine.
No one listens to us anymore.
It's fine. And right at the chimes, like the bass drops down into this lower register, which you like normally hear the bass in. But I mean, this is a huge song, right? Like the vocals don't even start till like 2 minutes in, and that is unheard of. Radio stations want the vocals to start within like the first 15 seconds.
That's why they cut it.
Yes, they did. So now he drops down to the lower thing, and he just starts building. I mean, this whole album is just full of huge instrumental builds, which is why I love it. But that's probably my favorite song on the album, just because of what they do there. It's super, super cool. But yeah, I highly recommend that you accept no substitutes. You only listen to that full version.
On acid?
Maybe. I mean, maybe that's how he wanted you to listen to it.
Fun fact, you know what other song was written on acid?
No.
Ride Like the Wind by Christopher Cross. Who would have thought that was written on acid?
Oh, that makes total sense.
Okay, sure, yeah.
With Michael McDonald, right, is in that, right?
He sang on that, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so fast forward to like 6 minutes into that same song, because these guys also invented the wall of sound. Take that, Jordan.
What?
Shh, be quiet, Jordan. We're listening to music. So he's going to go into this. He's going to start singing. Anyway, just build. I don't think I've left him in any of his like vocals in here. Oh yeah, it is right. Keep going. There it is. Right, Jordan invented the wall of sound. No,
really?
Not Phil Spector's The Wall of Sound. It's a completely different wall of sound. It's just about making this music really big, right? Like it just like it's played in like a.
Did you coin that, or was that something somebody else said?
Something somebody else said, dude.
Really?
Settle down.
What's wrong with that person?
It's. You can see what they're talking about because they purposely basically fed every instrument through like a chorus pedal so that they all kind of bleed together. Ryan, for the music people, they use this Roland J C120 jazz chorus amplifier.
I have one of those.
Nice.
That's the Roland, yeah.
You got the synths filling up the stage in the back. You've got this, these fake strings going on all throughout the album. But basically, it all bleeds together. In fact, they've even got this 12-string in the background, just kind of adding. It's like a cheap 12-string that Robert Smith added that you can't even notice. I tried to find a track that you could hear it, but it's just adding a little bit of texture, a little bit of percussion to the whole thing. And then the drums have to come in really hard because everything else is kind of so washed out that you have to have these like drums, the snares really high in the mix. So I thought that was really cool too. But onto this next song, which Robert Smith described as the cheesiest song on the album. He wrote it as a song to his wife, a little wedding present to Mary Poole. Let's hear it, Nash. another bass lead, right?
Right.
I'm just telling you, the more you pay attention, like the whole thing is just bass driven, which is super cool. And then let's just fast forward to the chorus that you guys will all know, or at least people of our age will have heard. And the name of it is Love Song, isn't that? It's so sweet. But let's take a turn for the dark side. This is also, this is probably my second favorite album on the track. I love the intro to this. Let's hear a little bit of Lullaby.
Oh, yes.
Let's just listen to like whispers and stuff in the background. It's really creating a mood. I'll tell you about the mood in a second. Anyway.
Does it lead to Love Song?
Also, before I tell you the story behind it, that he was apparently drunk on hard cider. You'll hear a little bit in the next clip that we play. But this is called Lullaby, as I said, and it's actually based on this bedtime story that his dad used to tell him about
Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man. And it's not the character, the cute one. It's
Not
like
the
about
amazing
a
one.
dude that's a spider, like at the edge of your bed, waiting to eat you.
Oh, wow. Explains a lot.
Pretty freaking dark. And he would even say, as he was going to sleep, he would sneak to the foot of his bed and be like, Spider-Man's coming. So let's play the next track and we can hear what he's talking about. Wow. He talks about the Spider-Man here.
There's nothing I can do. I realize before Spider-Man is having me for dinner tonight.
Scary stuff. But you can hear the drunkenness, though, and you can hear the mood that he's creating. He's obviously traumatized. I mean, that explains a lot about Robert Smith, actually.
Right.
I get the lipstick now.
For sure. And I was reading one of the comments online. It's like, if this is your favorite album, I can tell you like a lot of stuff about yourself. It was really funny. But click on the link that they give you on the website to read that exactly. I don't want to rip it off. But anyway, super cool, dark, spooky song compared to Love Song. But let's go into the last track that I put here. Because these tracks are probably the best of the album, in my opinion. And so this is the last good one, I think. Some more lead bass. Let's hear some Fascination. Talking about slow builds, this one continues to slow build. So let's fast forward a little bit to minute 26 in Nash, and we can hear some more added to that classic wall of sound, definition of wall of sound. You can see the parts they added and stuff, right? You can see those like synth, strings and stuff. All right, and then finally, 4 minutes in, we get to some lyrics and the chorus. Go ahead, let's hear that last clip.
So put on your head, put on your pound. Cut the conversation, just open your mouth. Put on your face, put on your fear. It's an opening time.
Wait.
Nation Street.
Perfect. All right. Anyway, that is Disintegration by The Cure. I ended up giving it a straight up 3.9. What about you, Jake?
I knew you were going to say Jake. For me, this album, it's not just an album that you can just play, right? It's an album that just hangs out in the room with you. It sticks with you when you walk away. You're still humming the songs. You're moved by some of the songs you heard. And just, I think, for me, my sister loved The Cure, and so we always had some kind of Cure album going, along with Depeche Mode and Erasure and all those bands. But come on, Pictures of You. I thought it was cool. The backstory of that song was really cool. I'm glad you brought that to life. It just brings a whole new meaning to that song for me. Love Song, love it. Lullaby, come on. What a great album. For me, 4 stars.
Nice,
Wow.
dude. Yeah, I think I should change my rating. I think I'm going to change it to
Peer
no.
pressure. Look at you.
No,
go
I
ahead,
was thinking
give
about
it.
it as Jake was talking. 4.1. Those honestly are the songs that I listen to on the album. But I think that they're so good that they push it up. So anyway, apologies for the change of score. Thanks for changing my score, Jake. And let's go to Ryan.
Well, thank you. I really enjoyed the longer cut of Pictures of You because I always knew the radio cut.
Oh,
And this album is great. It really is great. I gave it a 4.2.
beat me out.
See?
I got to change my rating.
I
No,
really
I'm
like
telling
it.
you, dude, I listened to that intro of Pictures of You like a lot of times. It's so cool what they're doing. I just
Yes.
never paid that much attention to it.
It's so much better with the long version, too. That they cut out the worst, it's a bad edit for the radio thing
Yeah.
because the build is great. And the bass is so prominent in this. And if you like
is.
bass, it's fantastic.
Oh, and I didn't mention, so I think I just barely mentioned it, but the bass that Robert Smith, he plays it like a guitar. It's a Fender Mark 6, and it's a 6-string bass.
My dad just got one of those.
Nice, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's more like a guitar. It's
Right.
not a bass. It's a 6-string, but it's got much thinner strings. It's really fun to play. It's shorter scale. It's like a 30-inch
it's
scale.
just to tune 1 octave down from a regular guitar.
Yeah.
But yeah, that really the play between that lead bass, the classic 4-string. He played a custom bass and he played something else. I made a note of it somewhere, but it doesn't matter. But those guys constantly argued together, and you can see why. Because it's so bass driven. But yeah, I thought that was cool that I had no idea that he played that 6-string bass. So that's cool that your dad got it. Thank you, Ryan. On to Chuck.
Yeah, I feel if someone was able to figure out the song that K-Rock played the most, it would be Lullaby. Because I feel like every time I had turned it on, like it was almost
That's true.
playing
Yeah, they
Lullaby.
played it a
But,
lot.
the great album. I'm not a huge Cure fan, but I respect
The
this
Cure.
album. I
The
respect
Cure.
the hits. 3.6.
3.6. Thank you, Chuck. Very succinct. Last but not least, Jordan.
Yeah, this is one I had on CD. I didn't have too many of their albums because I always liked a lot of the singles, but I liked the moodiness and the atmosphere, but it also, to me, it sometimes felt a little bit too self-indulgent and kind of a little too draggy. So it's really good. You picked the best songs, clearly. Those songs are all amazing. And if it was those songs, like, it'd be 5 all the way through. But on the whole, it's a 3.85 for me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, good. I totally agree. And all those songs are very skippable.
Are you going to change your score again?
Yeah, I'm going to go back down to 3.9.
You know what though? They're not all. It's nice, like Jake was saying though. They're kind of in the room, so it's nice. It's something that, as a whole album, does flow nicely. I think.
Yeah.
you know?
If you want to be depressed, you can put on that album. I don't know about listening to it on acid. I probably wouldn't recommend that. But as somebody that has no experience with such things, I
you've
just
read
have a
on the
feeling.
internet.
I have a
Yeah.
feeling. You know?
What was acid again?
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, thanks, guys. Great stuff. Let's move on to something completely different. Some Public Enemy. Some
Someone's
Public
covering
Enemy.
this, right?
Yeah, someone's.
Do we
covering it.
sign this up? Do we sign everybody up?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, we waited for that moment. He had to run and get his clocks.
Yes.
Public enemy number one. Break it down. Public enemy number one. Public enemy number one.
Public Enemy. Apocalypse 91. The enemy strikes black.
Lost at Birth. That's what we were just listening. We're actually listening to the end of Lost at Birth. It's the opening track to their 1991 album, Apocalypse 91. The Enemy Strikes Black.
Oh, I think I missaid it. I think I said back in the opening.
Oh,
apologies.
Well, it's not back. It's black.
That makes more sense.
Let's listen to a little more of that. We're going to listen to a little bit earlier on. So this is P's fourth studio album on Def Jam and Columbia. And the album, it has mixed reviews. But I think it's a significant contribution to like mid-1980s, mid-1990s, the golden era of hip-hop, as they call it. And I think most people, when they think of Public Enemy, I don't know, you guys can chime in, they think of Flavor Flav, who's sort of this zany hype man, or they think of Chuck D, who's like this political, charged, socially conscious, message-driven kind of guy. He's talking about social injustice and racism and a lot of these pertinent topics. But I'd sort of like to focus more on Terminator X and their constant production, who are otherwise known as the Bomb Squad. The Bomb Squad, actually, before they became the Bomb Squad and Public Enemy's producers and beat makers, they were known as the oh my gosh, I lost my notes here. The Spectrum,
bad motherfuckers.
I hate that.
They were known as the Spectrum City Crew.
I thought they were Metallica.
I think
and
the
they
sour
were-
diesel's working.
Huh? Sour Diesel, not tonight. They were from Long Island and from Roosevelt, New York, and that's where Chuck D also is from. And they were sort of known for rewriting sort of the 1980s hip hop formula, which was just sort of one loop, a very straightforward beat, and just they wanted a more denser, layered, fuller sound with lots of samples. They were some of the first people to throw down 10 to 20 samples on their album, which spurred a whole bunch of I think the Beastie Boys had the most samples with Paul's Boutique. I could be wrong on that, but yeah. So they Public Enemy has this just very interesting sound. They also were known for doing these atonal sounds and experimenting with sort of like sounds that don't exactly fit. And I guess some of their production, not on this album, but on earlier albums, they're not even quite sure how they were able to make it work because it doesn't sort of really follow rhythmic patterns and stuff like that. But the Bomb Squad is a pretty amazing production crew. Let's listen to some more of their work on Night Train.
Yo, kilogram, you got to give up this CG on a strip tip, G. Yo, you ain't doing up for the neighborhood. And just because you riding on it, that don't mean you're down, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, Chuck, take it to the bird.
So the track starts with the horns of, does anyone know?
Oh, that's a blood comes up.
Yeah,
Spinning
yeah.
wheel. Blood, sweat, and tears.
Spinning Wheel, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Spinning Wheel, their 1968 classic.
That's cool.
And then you have Flavor Flav hyping over that. And then the lyrics are obviously James Brown's huge classic Night
Papa's
Train,
got a
which they,
brand new bag.
yeah, brand new bag. That's it. Yeah, him and the JBs. And then they also, the beat is Kool and the Gang's Breeze and Soul. I wasn't familiar with that track. They're 1969. Let's listen to some more of Public Enemy's Night Train.
So don't give a damn, cause they the other man. What's in a bomb? Pulls in his Uncle Tom. Disgracing the race and blowing up the whole crew. With some of them looking just like you. All aboard! Night Train!
So Chuck D's bars, our lyrics, are sort of taking on an icy topic there of individuals who claim to represent the Black community, but are actually doing harm to it. And he has a lot of topics like that definitely cause controversy. But I think the Bomb Squad does a really good job of sort of heightening that sentiment with their signature atonal sound samples and creating sort of a sense of urgency and even like a little bit of panic when you're listening to that. And so it definitely fits the context of the lyrics and creates sort of an emotional feeling to the audience that matches the message. Let's hear some more of their work on the fourth track, the second album single, and their biggest hit of the album, Can't Trust It.
They see your face, not an 8-track, getting it good to the woods. So the people give you some of that reacting to the facts that I kick in a stick, in a stay around, point to the joint, put the Buddha down. Don't get to the roots, and giving it up, so turn and loose.
So we heard Chuck D, probably one of his most famous lines, bass in your face, which also serves as the calling card for the Bomb Squad's bass-heavy beat layering for this song. Chuck D is sort of addressing corporate and media-driven control, and Terminator X is cutting through the song, sort of echoing Chuck D's warning. Let's listen to some more of Can't Trust It.
Can't trust it. Can't trust it. Can't trust it. It's like that. Can't trust it. Can't trust it. It's like that.
Flav hyping it up. But the heavy lifting, I think, on that track is definitely Terminator X's DJing and the Bomb Squad's killer production. The final track I'd like to listen to is the 8th track of the album, and it features the one-time member of Public Enemy, Sister Soldier. Let's listen to Move.
And what I'm getting is mine. I bring the noise of town, so let's get down. I crank the beats, tearing up the streets in the park. And it ain't Mozart. Jack moving out, cause the black moving in.
Do you know why I said move?
Exclamation point.
There's an exclamation point. Yeah. It's
Good job, Chuck.
it's the song is a call to action against systemic racism and institutional injustice. And the Bomb Squad's production is, again, densely layered, jarring.
Would you call it a wall of sound?
You know, it's funny because when Mike was talking about
That wasn't invented yet.
they're actually on
This is after
like
that
several
album, Mike, so-
of
Yeah.
the people on this are the reviewers and critics and stuff that I was looking at were calling this a wall of sound.
No way.
So yes, so I was
That's
like, oh, that's
crazy.
so
Where would
weird.
they ever get a name like that?
That's
and
crazy.
I thought I'm not going to say that because I don't want to hear.
You don't
the
want to trigger
ire
anybody.
of, I don't want to trigger anyone. But
Mainly just
yeah.
one person.
I mean, I liked it.
But Ryan, you kept your cool. I thought you were going to lose it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Brian.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what I was hoping for. You guys failed me.
Yeah. The reality TV show thing didn't work.
So this, as I said at the beginning, I mean, most critics wouldn't call this Public Enemy's best album, but it has some of it. Like Can't Trust It is one of their biggest singles, and it's got some other classics on it. I sort of think because of the influence it had on the golden era of hip hop, that late 80s, early 90s sound in New York City, I have to give it at least a 4, and that's what I'm going to give it, just a straight 4. And I'm going to go in order. Jake, what did you think of Public Enemies.
Loved your breakdown. Love the samples. You always come with the knowledge, and then you ask questions, and somehow Jordan's able to answer them all the time. So
they talk to each other before the show. Don't
I'm
make
just
it
that
think
good.
Setup.
Yeah.
Nope, we do not actually.
It's a setup.
I am that smart.
Yeah.
whatever you're doing, it's I'm envious. I just the more because of this project, only because of this project, am I listening to more early 90s hip hop, late 80s hip hop, and earlier than I ever have, and I'm into it. So
Otherwise, you'd just be listening to Matchbox 20?
Yeah, or Creed or something. It's the album's loud, it's confrontational, it's intentionally uncomfortable, which is exactly what they showed up to do, and they did it. So 3.5 stars for me.
Nice.
Good, Jake.
All right. Jordan.
Well, I'll just start off with my score. I give it a 3.7. Can't
Okay,
trust
thanks.
it. It's awesome. Nope. Not yet.
Nope.
Not yet. Can't
Don't
trust
be
it.
fooled.
Amazing song. Love that one. But when Flava Flav starts taking the lead, that really drags it down for me. Sorry. So he's good as a hype man.
I just have to ask you though, like, how much of your opinion is sort of him?
Oh no, it's nothing about
is diminished because of like his person.
No, I know
like
what you're
his
talking
reality
about.
TV.
No.
Strap in.
It actually
Strap on.
that actually has nothing to do with it because
ready.
I'm
You just
I'm
don't
able
like it.
to isolate the music as something
Yeah.
separate from what he became later. Even back in the day, like when he hadn't become that yet, like it got on my nerves.
What did he become?
Yeah. Well, anyway, but
Well, sort of like a reality TV
he
joke.
knows.
You know.
Oh, you didn't know? Oh.
It's not a convicted felon.
No, not like
No,
that.
but I mean, like,
Or a child
what is
Never
what is his
believed
show?
me when I'm
Flavor
being
of
sincere.
Love or whatever. And then
It was just like
you
really
know,
cheesy, tacky
Yeah.
stuff.
Gotcha.
But I did see Chuck D speak at Cornell in 2000, and he was actually praising Napster, and he was talking about how it was going to tear down the music industry. And, he was just like, they're not going to control the distribution of music anymore. And he was pretty much right about that.
cool.
But just one this may be fun fact, perhaps, but guess who he said was the best rapper of all time? This is year 2000.
I'm scared to hear the
Vanilla
answer.
Ice.
LL Cool J. I
It
don't
was
know.
LL Cool J.
Are you serious?
Absolutely, yep. Because
Oh, God.
he said that he was able to kind of, change with all the different times, and because he was like he thought that Biggie and Tupac were up there, but they just didn't have the diversity that LL Cool J had. So just thought I'd throw that out there.
Interesting. Mama said, "I'm the best."
That's right. Going back to Kelly.
Is that LL Cool J, the dude on Law and Order?
Yeah.
think
Or
he
not
was,
Law and Order.
That's
It's,
versatile,
Isn't
man.
that Ice-T?
Then he's right.
That's Ice T.
That's like LL Cool J is
He
on
did the movie with the shark and stuff?
NCIS
Oh, yeah.
Los Angeles or something like that. I don't know. One of those.
Give it up to those guys to go out there and like
Yeah,
comment and
make that
stuff
money.
too. They getting their movie
Don't
career
put those
in.
in the same category. NCIS Los Angeles is not.
It's not common.
Well, LL Cool J was in a bunch of movies too, but anyway, yeah.
Mike, what did you think?
I really loved it. It was funny because I was somebody in their 30s was like, we were listening to something and there was like a sample and like, wait, is that? And I was like, oh, that's the song from this. And they're like, it was a song that they knew. The hip hop song was something they knew, but they didn't realize that they had sampled a popular song. And they're like, whoa, wait, they did that? I was like, yeah, dude, that was like what hip hop was all about. Like, are you kidding me? And I think that, this is a perfect example. I looked it up, Chuck. There's like at least 120 unique samples in this album. You're right, though, that Paul's Boutique had double that. But yeah, because of all that, because of the actually like decent lyrics and all of that stuff, I had to give it a 4.0.
Nice. Ryan.
Is there any reason why you didn't play Bring the Noise?
The version with
He
Anthrax.
doesn't like to play.
Yeah,
don't
this
like-
isn't
you
the
don't like
version you're
Anthrax?
thinking of. No, I don't like it. I like the original version, which is,
The original is way better.
yeah.
It's funny because that's the most listened to track on the album, according
Yeah.
to Spotify. But
Probably metalheads.
yeah, exactly. No, I actually really did like this album a lot, and it's got a lot of energy, like you were saying. So I gave it a 4 too.
Wow, nice.
4.2?
No, 4.2.
4.2?
4 also.
Oh,
4
4
as well. Don't say 2 or 4 on the radio, okay?
Why?
2 or 4 can be 2 or 4,
2 or 4?
Yeah, that's what they tell you in flight school.
They're equivocal.
Don't say FO, 4 FOR or TO.
So now we're on to 1984.
I legitimately didn't understand what you're talking about. But now I do. Anyway, last but not least, we've got 1984 by Van Halen.
All right, Nash, can we just go ahead and get right into that first track? Let's just dig right into the music.
Well, yeah.
People have been waiting for it.
Sure.
Just imagine 5-year-old Jordan, maybe 6. I don't know exactly how old.
1984.
There it is. This was just kind of like a foundational memory watching this video. I don't know if I was quite 6 yet, because this came out in 1984 early on, and it's at my cousin's house because they had MTV. Like, we didn't have cable, and so it was just like this amazing thing. And hearing that sound, that synth, it was just like, what is that? And just the visuals and the lights, and just David Lee Roth jumping in the air, and like it was just one of the most amazing things I think I'd seen. And then I saw the video for Hot for Teacher, and I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest band on earth, So they held a special place in my heart for those, for that. But anyway, like. This song is just so epic, so joyful, and it was meant to be about, just kind of taking that chance, being confident, and just going for it, and they did it. And this album was their commercial peak. Some people I know were disappointed because Eddie Van Halen was playing the synths quite a lot, especially in that intro lead there, but he did play some pretty mean guitar in this too. So let's go ahead and get our next clip off of Jump, if you don't mind, Nash.
I ain't the worst that you've seen. How can't you see what I mean? Might as well jump.
We'll hear that good guitar later, but anyway, I just wanted to play some of the chorus, the meat of the song, and there's just this exuberance to it. And part of what makes this work is just David Lee Roth's campiness mixed with like this really tight band of musicians who just really knew how to play, and they had some substance to it. And there was this kind of this tension between his absurdity and like their just kick-assness. I don't know. How do you feel about that, Chuck?
Absolutely.
I know you think he's a buffoon.
I couldn't have said it better. It's like the perfect pairing.
Yeah, it just worked here, and they were built for MTV because it was just like, they had this sound, and they brought the synths into it, and then they had like the image, and yeah, it was just it was powerful when it came out. Let's go ahead and we'll move on to our next track, which is Panama. So this track kind of reassured their old school fans that they were still a rock band. Does anyone know what the song's like about generally?
Panama?
Like going to shore
Canal.
leave.
It's apparently about cars, and Panama sounded like a fast word or something like that. And I don't get it, but it's supposed to be like
a Pantera, kind of like that kind of sound.
Yeah, because it was almost like, because he apparently said, hey, people gave me grief because I never wrote about cars, so I wrote the song about cars going fast, and Panama sounded like a fast word, and I was like, and it was
That's
like mythologizing.
cocaine.
Yeah, there's a lot of, this is it. I'm going to call it Panama. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be such a good song, though.
That's why the keyboard sounded so good. That overhang makes cocaine great.
Yes, nothing goes well with cocaine like that. Anyway.
OBX and cocaine. Anyway.
Nice. And I'm just going to move right along.
Show
And we're
does
going to
not endorse the use of cocaine.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
no drugs. Don't do drugs. Do what Nancy Reagan
Don't do
said.
drugs.
No.
There's a time for that. It's called college.
Here we go.
No college kids. Please do not do drugs.
Don't go to college. Okay. I'm sorry. I meant to say
Tune out.
go to college.
Don't tell me what to do, man.
Don't you want to be like Robert Smith?
Oh, yeah. Right.
All right.
Or
So
Van Halen.
I know that Jake, you really like this intro here. I love this intro. Let's get it going.
Come on.
Yeah.
The gallop.
Yep. Double kick. There's that guitar, man.
Intros of all time.
Classic Van Halen.
Oh, so good. And this is definitely like that. God, just rocks. But it's so good.
It's crazy. It's what's crazy to me is like before there's even a single guitar note, the drums just tell you all automatically the song's about to go off the rails.
Should we just hear it again?
Let's do it again.
Yeah,
Why
that's
not?
fun.
Let's do it.
Let's run this right.
You're not going to have any complaints from me.
Sing, maybe.
Oh man. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. Good stuff.
No, but this is one of those kind of like perfect marriages between like the goofy campiness, because I mean, like I'm hot for teacher and they're pretending like they're high school students in the video and all that. And at the beginning, like, oh, this video, I loved it because they had that like dorky dude and he's like, oh, the super deep voice. Remember? Oh, Mom, I'm nervous and my socks are loose. And, sit down, Waldo. And it's just like a 6-year-old that's like, that is awesome. You know, just funniest shit on earth. You know? I used to walk around saying that all the time. You know?
It's funny.
You sure none of your opinion was formed by the teacher at all? Like, just
What's up with the teacher,
with the
Jeff?
loose sock? Oh, nothing.
Was she hot or something?
She had amazing pedagogy. She's just
Pedagogy? You're a teacher. That's cool. But anyway. Did you say pedagogy? What?
Yeah, that's in one of the finished videos. Don't you worry about it.
Okay. Let's hear our second clip from that one.
I've got it bad, so bad. I'm like a teacher.
How about that ride bell, man?
Yeah. That's awesome. That song rocks. Okay. Let's move on to one that doesn't rock as much. Okay.
I gotta cool it down. Give me a wet
Gotta cool it down.
Yeah,
sure.
After those first three, I mean, you can't go up from there. Gravity's going to pull us back down. So.
Coming straight for your heart. No way you can stop me now. As fine as you are.
So this one, it's a little different from a lot of the other songs. And Ryan, you kind of pointed out one reason why it might be. Do you remember in the chat what you told us about this song? It was about the writer?
that was so long ago.
He doesn't remember.
Well, it was co-written by Michael McDonald.
Right.
Because Eddie Van Halen had written the music apparently for a soundtrack, and it wasn't used on the soundtrack, wanted to bring it on the album, but they couldn't quite figure out a way to get words to work with it. And David Lee Roth wasn't feeling it. So then they brought in the hired guns. They got Michael McDonald, and he wrote the vocal melody for that and the words and, you know, put it together. So, yeah, just thought that was a little interesting fact. I'm not going to say it's funny.
I
I'm not gonna lie.
love Michael McDonald, and I think that would be a great cover band.
Yeah,
It's just all
Oh, that's
Michael
what I was
McDonald.
talking about, like way back in the day. It's
Yep.
like just like all the songs that he sang backup on, which is
Yes.
apparently one of the hallmarks of yacht rock. But we'll move on. All right. Last one is it's a really good album track, super solid rockin' song, "Girl Gone Bad." Let's go ahead and. Let's just go right into our second clip. Why not? Let's just dig right into this. Just that driving guitar and just. You know.
It's in the summer heat, fresh from out of town. Now she's working on that street, shaking papas down.
This kind of showed that they still had a little bit of an edge to them, and they weren't just like the poppy jump band, you know. But it's just a good album track. It's just, you know, another one that's fun to listen to and one that maybe people don't hear as often. So I actually really like this album all the way through. I think it's super solid. And, you know, this was kind of the pinnacle for for me, the golden era of Van Halen, because after this, they disintegrated a bit, then they reformed with Sammy Hagar, and They had a couple good songs with Sammy Hagar, but it just wasn't the same. You know, it didn't have the same spark. But yeah, David Lee Roth, though, he went completely off the rails because I remember being really excited that his solo stuff was coming out. And then like it was like the California Girls video. And I was just like, even though I was like 7 or whatever, 8 years old, I was like, this is super cheesy. What the hell is this? And like, you know, yeah, because he just went full bore with that camp and like all the musical integrity was gone. So at least we have this document when that was being held in check by Van Halen, and he was bringing a bit of spark to them, and it was just this perfect explosive combination. It's a fantastic album, not a perfect album, so I'm going to go, just because I love the energy and it makes me feel so good, 4.2.
Wow.
So let's go down with Chuck. I'm just going to go down the line here.
I have a question real fast.
Yeah.
Ryan, on Jump, the Oberheim OBXA analog synthesizer.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Were a lot of bands using that at the time? Like, why does that sound so fucking awesome on that song?
No, it actually is something that a lot of people use. Look it up. Oberheim's sound is...
Look it up.
Yeah, no, seriously.
That's his answer.
I was just wondering, you could tell me why it sounds so fucking great.
Well, it's because it is an analog synth, but Oberheim had these crazy filters. So you're used to the Moog sound. Moog is, got the bass thing going. It's kind of got the swirly sounds and that kind of thing. But the Oberheim had this like kind of sawtooth grindy thing. Nine Inch Nails uses it a lot, but there's that's why I said look it up, because it's kind of like something a lot of people used.
I'll have to go down the Oberheim hole.
And I have an Oberheim drum machine. They're really cool how they built them, and they were building these polysynth things. So they actually have multiple voices that are mixed together, and you could still buy Oberheim equipment. They sell the OBX8, and it's because it's this analog synth thing. You know, there's like 4 or 5 main synth types, and it's one of them. And there's actually a great playlist on Spotify that is the Oberheim sound. The Peter Gabriel. The other guy, the Phil Collins we were just talking about, a bunch of people were using Oberheim quite a bit and still do. You hear it a lot now, even.
Okay.
Prince.
Well, I used up all my time. I'm just going to say, like, this album, you should not be able to go in a strip club and not hear one of the tracks on this album. Like, this album kicks ass. It's like it should be an anthem for every bachelor or bachelorette party. I'm not, whatever your fancy, this should be your balls out anthem.
What about people who sniff shoes?
4.0. What?
What about people who sniff shoes?
Shoe sniffers, they should be rocking this album.
I don't think you're going to hear this a lot in a strip club anymore, man. Maybe in 1986.
Well, that's sad. That's sad.
It's probably actually showing how little you've been in a strip club.
Sign of the time.
Yeah, it's good.
Anna will be happy.
Very little.
Yeah. So let's move on to Jake.
Yes, thank you. Hello.
Mute.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah.
I
Jake, you're on mute.
And now I'm not. Yeah, this it just, I mean, it's Hot for Teacher that really does it for me, right? That is the song for me that it just hits every mark for me. So I mean, I know we're not here to just judge it on one song, but
you might be.
Sometimes it happens like that.
It does. It can be that good.
Then if it can, that song certainly did for me. But it's the album just kind of reminds me of the band trying to conquer pop radio without losing any muscle, and they seem to have done that for me. So yeah, solid 3.5 stars.
Like
they wanted more radio play. They wanted more polish. They wanted to sound more popular and without losing the edge. And I think they did that. And I think they hit that mark.
Wow.
Definitely with Jump for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Hot for Teacher.
But I mean, like, Jump was
Panama.
So commercial, but yet still so hard. Like, I mean, it's like the perfect balance of pop and rock.
All right. It is indeed. And we'll go to Mike.
Yeah, I'll start out by saying that the teacher's not that hot. I don't know. I mean, I know it was a different time.
Wow.
But yeah, I would rate the teacher 2.3.
Oh, that's what we're doing
the
now?
album.
But the album.
80s.
The album.
Those are natural
though,
tits.
The album, her body, yeah, maybe.
Let's rate the album, please.
But the face, no, she's ugly. Anyway, yeah, the album is fantastic. Pedal to the Metal. I don't know where the car reference
you have a number?
in Panama fits in. Now we're pushing me along. Okay, all right. 4.3, motherfuckers.
Nice.
Woo! That is a good score. All right, and Ryan.
Okay, I'm going to play the part that I like out of this.
Oh wow! Can we get a score?
So this is my favorite part of Panama. And now that you said it's about a car, it's like duh. I reached down.
Well, now, yeah, that part.
Ease the seat
I don't
back.
think.
Come on.
I don't think between your legs is normally where you
Reach.
Well,
the
there's
seat
some
back.
seats
Back
they,
in the old days, yeah.
they
Between
slide.
your legs.
Yeah,
Yes,
I still got
on
to
the
do that
bottom.
in my Ford.
No,
I mean,
no.
you just
It's
you
not
have,
the lean back.
Ease
it's
the
the scoot
seat
back.
back.
Yeah.
That's you
Yeah.
slide the whole seat.
Yeah, I think that's what he means.
No,
Oh, time's up.
I'm not
Yeah.
into it.
I want to know who did that.
Yeah,
sound.
that's a cool sound.
Yeah, it's
We need to
Oh, I
use
did.
that.
That was brilliant. I was
We
just trying to
use
move
that.
it along.
No,
Yeah, good luck, motherfucker. Now I'm going in hard.
So anyway, when you pull the
Ease
lever,
the
it
seat.
slides the whole seat back. So I think that's what he's referring to.
I always thought of easing the seat back as like leaning
Leaning,
back,
it does.
leaning
Well,
it back.
It could go either way, But I think if you're pulling your,
It's a better
between your
position
legs.
if you lean.
I think he just
seat
wanted to say he was
back.
reaching between his legs. To be
I
perfectly
know,
honest.
but that's my point.
he
but
got
that's
some
why he's
people hot and
sliding the seat
bothered.
back.
So,
Just so you know, Mike, Donna Rupert, 1981 Miss Canada runner-up.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. They're wrong.
Well,
they're
no,
rock
that basically
stars,
sums it
man.
up.
They could have
But-
gotten someone hotter than that.
Oh, but what about the car? What car is being revved up? You guys should know that.
Is it a Buick?
Buick with Sabre.
1984. Is it really?
Yeah, Buick. That's
No.
Because some of the Sabres
isn't-
had big motors in them in the early days. Oberheim songs, Invisible Sun, Young Turks by Rod Stewart,
Nobody knows those songs.
Rush,
Everyone knows these songs.
Tom Sawyer.
Oh, that's Chuck's favorite band.
Yeah, Miles Davis, Gary Newman. They were all over the place. Anyways, so there you go. Fuck
Invisible
you.
Sung by the Police? Come on, man. You know that song.
I gave it a 3.2 because I think there's too much regular old rock and roll on it. But the 3 songs that are great are 5. And I got a great story about Hot for Teacher. My mom is the one who was rocking out in the Capri to that when I was a kid, and that's my memory of that song. And she would crank it to fucking 11, and I have a very fond memory of that intro, the drums with her in the Capri rocking out, and it's so cool. So
That's a different twist on it. It's a 1971 Corvette Stingray convertible. It's Eddie Van Halen's personal car at the time.
71 Stingray?
That's correct.
Wow.
Cool car.
Is that a good car?
I thought the Stingrays were later.
Do the carburetors stay on?
Was it a 427? The 450 horse 427?
All right, Jordan. Let's hear the perfect. Let's hear the scores, Jordan.
All right, folks. Coming in 5th place, we have the Foo Fighters with 3.24 stars. And coming in just ahead of the Foo Fighters, we have PJ Harvey with 3.34 stars. And you know what? We actually have a tie, dead heat for second, between Public Enemy and Van Halen, both receiving 3.84 stars. And number 1 is The Cure, 3.95.
Amazing.
Strong week.
Yeah, it was a
Pretty
good week.
consistent across the board.
It's a good week. Tie, too. That's interesting. Well, that's all we have this week for 1001 and Album Odyssey. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram at the same name with a bunch of periods in between. And most importantly, have a great week, everybody.